What's going on, guys? So my name is Coach Mac, and I just had feel like God dropped in my spirit to start to do these videos. Now I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I just want to see kind of where this goes. So you guys don't know me, but for all my life I have loved basketball since like the age of 5, right? And I tell people this all the time, that the way my relationship with God was strengthened was through sports and through basketball specifically. And I've always had a love for the youth. And as I was listening to my YouTubers, as I do every morning, it's always spiritual related, even though it might, well, it's always biblical based, but even though it might not be a sermon, like it could be people who like Think Media and Myron Golden and Anthony Owens and people like, or is it Anthony O'Neal, excuse me. And but they are rooted spiritually, and so I just love that. And for me, I have I don't want to say known what my purpose has been, but I feel like in the realm that I was attacked the most, which was basketball, that's where I strengthened my relationship with God, because it was like all hope was lost, quote unquote. And I just really started studying the word, meditating on it, memorizing scriptures, even though I did go to a private Christian school growing up. So I always had that in me, because we had to be tested every week on our Bible verse. So, but really understanding and grasping what those scriptures meant, because I had to call on them to be able to get through practice. And so what I realized, even though I am a realtor by profession, but what I noticed is that the things that I was going through after the fact, that I was not the only one who was going through them. And I feel like God was speaking to me, and it was so crazy, because the girl that I started training, look at that light, come through light. But anyway, a girl I was training ended up having the same coaches as me, went to the same school as me. And I was like, this is my story. So I was like, if you are going through the same things, how many other kids are going through the same things that we went through? And as I continued to coach, I found out it was so many of them. So I want to use this platform to talk about faith and sports. And I spoke on this last year to a volleyball team, and I named it Stronger Together. And it wasn't necessarily talking about a team, how we are stronger together, even though I truly and wholeheartedly believe that. It was talking about how our faith is stronger together with sports. So for me, my advantage as a player was always being able to, I was fortunate to have some very spiritually rooted coaches, and one coach in particular, she would always have these quotes, and she would always use scripture, and I truly believed what she was saying, and that was my advantage. And so I spoke, going back to me speaking about a team, I asked them, hey, how many of you are Christians, and how many of you are Christians sometimes, and how many of you are Christians all the time? And so of course they were like, we're Christians all the time. And my question to them was, well, when you play sports, why is it that your faith disappears? And the reason I was asking them this is because they would beat who they're supposed to beat, but when it came to playing a team that was a good team, they did not have faith in themselves, or they did not have faith in the God that they served. And so I asked them, are the stories in the Bible, are they not real? Because I don't remember God saying that I'll be with you always, except when you play volleyball. Or I don't remember them saying, or maybe Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, except helping you in this volleyball game. And I asked them, why is it that we set our faith in our locker and then we go out and play a volleyball game or whatever game it is? Like, that doesn't make sense. And I started to realize this is a pattern, not only with these girls, but it's a pattern amongst these Christian athletes. And so that's where Stronger Together comes in, because like I said, for me, my advantage was truly believing what the scripture says. So if the scripture said, with God all things are possible, then I believe that beating this team, that with God we were able to do that. So I just want to kind of get on here and talk about, because I believe that I was listening to Myron this morning and he was just talking about, and this is actually what drew me to him, how he has the uncanny ability to be able to relate biblical principles to business. And I feel like that's what God has gifted me in. He has given me the ability, because I think in basketball terms, right? That's just how I think. Like if I'm reading the Bible, I'll be like, ooh, that applies to basketball. And so I feel like that I have the uncanny ability. God has gifted me with the uncanny ability to be able to relate the Bible to sports. And what I realize is that so many kids need this. And so that's what I want to use this YouTube platform for, is because when I'm studying, I feel like that I am truly doing a disservice to others when I just hold it within. And especially when I'm training, it always goes back. I'm like, that's biblical. So a lot of times the first 20 minutes of my training will just be talking about basketball, but Bible and how it relates to the Bible. So saying that to say, and I wanted to keep this below 5 minutes because I can talk. I'm just going to be, as I study as I talk to other people, I just want to specifically reach out to my Christian athletes, my young Christian athletes, and relate how the Bible can help you in your sports. But you'll realize that it's not only in sports, that it's in life as well. So I hope you guys join me on this journey. It's going to be fun. I think we're going to learn a lot, and I do believe that it's going to help you tremendously in your sport, but not only in that, in life. So again, my name is Coach Mac, and I'm so looking forward to helping you and serving you through your sports by faith. I'll see you guys soon. What's going on, guys?